In the high-security bunker beneath the Palatine Hill, Grandmaster Valerius watched the data breach on a wall of monitors. The blue light washed over his face, highlighting a scar from a decades-old coup. He is uploading the archives, a technician reported, voice trembling. Valerius did not scream. He simply tapped a ring bearing the seal of a lost legion. The boy thinks he is a hero, he murmured. He forgets that in Rome, even the heroes were eventually turned into statues. He turned to a silent man dressed in a charcoal suit. Activate the Nero protocol, Valerius commanded. If the public sees those files, the markets collapse by dawn. We cannot kill the data, so we must kill the credibility of the source. The man in the suit nodded and began typing a sequence of encrypted commands. Within seconds, the upload on Luca's drive was intercepted. Instead of corruption files, the Brotherhood's servers began injecting fabricated evidence into the stream. By the time the files reached the press, Luca would look like a terrorist, not a whistleblower. And the girl? The technician asked, looking at a feed of Sofia being pinned down in the station. Valerius watched her struggle with a cold, fatherly pride. Bring her to the surface. She is more useful to us as a lure. Luca will come for her at the fountain. In the shadows of the bunker, a team of Praetorians, elite mercenaries, checked their night vision goggles. They were the modern ghosts of the Empire, trained to erase problems without leaving a trace. Target is the Piazza Navona, the leader stated. No survivors. Valerius walked to a balcony overlooking a private garden. He could hear the distant city, unaware that its fate was being decided in a room filled with server racks and ancient marble. Power is not about truth, he whispered to the wind. It is about the narrative. He watched a live satellite feed of the silver train approaching its destination. The Brotherhood had eyes everywhere, in the satellites, in the banks, and in the very walls of the city. Luca was running into a trap that had been laid 2,000 years ago. Sir, the press is already picking up the terrorist angle, the technician reported. Across every major news outlet in Europe, Luca's face appeared next to headlines of a simulated cyber attack. The narrative was shifting. The truth was being buried in real time. Valerius took a sip of dark wine. Good. Ensure the police are routed to the piazza. Let them do the messy work for us. We will retrieve the denarius from his cooling body. The cold efficiency of the Brotherhood was their greatest weapon. They never panicked. He looked at an ancient map of Rome on the wall. The city was a labyrinth of layers, and the Brotherhood owned them all. From the catacombs to the penthouses, there was no escape for a thief of secrets. History is written by the victors, Valerius said. In the tunnels, the silver train slowed to a crawl. The Brotherhood's hackers had taken control of the braking system. Luca was trapped in a steel coffin, moving exactly where Valerius wanted him. The hunt was no longer a chase. It was a scheduled execution. The Grandmaster turned off the monitors. He didn't need to see the end to know what would happen. He had played this game for 40 years, and the house always won. Prepare the cleansing team, he ordered. I want the piazza washed clean before the tourists wake. As the heavy doors of the bunker sealed shut, Valerius felt the familiar thrill of absolute control. The boy had the coin, but the Brotherhood had the world. Welcome to the end of your story, Luca, he whispered, his voice disappearing into the stone walls.